Fred, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Fred, let's talk a bit about what does Atlas Cloud do?
So Atlas Cloud right now is a cryptocurrency miner. We're focused 110% on Bitcoin mining. And as we started out as a proper data center cloud computing business and segued into the crypto space. We purchased a large facility in Cooley City, which is now called Electric City by the Cooley Dam. And we have 3 megawatts of power, expandable to 5, and it's the lowest cost electricity in the world right now.
How much per kilowatt hour?
It's 2.9 cents.
Wow,
US.
that is cheap. That is cheap. Okay, and in the Bitcoin mining world, that's the highest input cost.
Yeah, I mean, in this space, Bitcoin mining, there's nothing magical about it. There's no intellectual property. It's, you have a facility, you power it, you buy your crypto miners,
right,
and you power them up. But in the long term, because the algorithm is so much difficult to solve every month, adds about 8% complexity. This time next year, we need double the power to keep our current revenues.
Wow. And what does your current revenue picture look like?
So we're having our facility built for us as we speak. It'll be ready April 10th to 20th. We have some more Bitcoin miners we're shipping into the facility. We'll have about 10 million annualized at that facility.
From Bitcoin itself? From
Bitcoin itself. Then we're going to expand to Eastern Canada. You've heard the news that Quebec Hydro is open for business for miners. So we have our eye on a few facilities, one of which will allow us to have up to 20 megawatts of power. So almost with a combined take, we'll have maybe 10 times the revenue. In Montreal, we're looking at 3.4 to 3.6 US.
All right, well that's interesting. Are you going to expand into other cryptocurrencies?
No, so right now the business plan is very simple. Find the cheapest power we can, keep our costs as low as humanly possible, and focus solely on Bitcoin for the next 24 months.
Wow, okay, so right now there's 17 million Bitcoins in existence, roughly?
Yeah, I think it's 80% of been mined, so it's actually about 18.1 million have been mined so far. 21 million is the limit. Okay. And as we get towards coin zero, the last one to be mined, that's going to be a very, very expensive coin.
Yes, no doubt. Okay, so what are the risks? I mean, the current mania surrounding all crypto aside, what are the risks that the explosion in the various cryptocurrencies undermines the valuation of the whole sector the closer you get to the 21 millionth coin with Bitcoin?
Well, absolutely. It's a hot topic. I mean, everyone and their dog is looking at where the price of these coins go. Bitcoin by itself is perceived as the store of wealth. So that's why we're only mining Bitcoin at this moment in time. But saying that is, in the back end of looking at electricity, the logistics of creating these massive mining operations, you know that the Bitcoin price will go up over time. If you fast forward to 36 to 48 months, you're looking at electrical costs only, just electrical costs, somewhere around $25,000 per coin.
As the whole crypto space evolves, and the costs of mining it go up and the availability of electricity, I mean, I assume this is driving up the cost of electricity in every jurisdiction.
Well, the beauty of where we are in Canada and in North America, we have renewable hydroelectric power. So it's great. It rains every day, as it's raining here in Toronto. It's regenerated, itself. There's extra capacity on the grid. But what's going to happen is once we get to 3 or 4 years out, when these cheap power jurisdictions have taken up, where do we go from there?
Sure.
And that's going to be the question.
Right, and I guess upgrading to the latest and greatest technology is key to being competitive?
Absolutely. So we're using what we call a Bitmain miner. It's called the S9.
Okay.
It has a life cycle about 18 months. So if you think about doubling and doubling and doubling your power capacity just to keep your revenues the same, at some point it's going to get logistically impossible. So hopefully, the miners will accelerate their technology. So you're seeing a lot of people spend a ton of money into the processing, into the algorithm to solve the problem. So, and we're also seeing money into the space itself. Sure. So for crypto security, for instance.
Right. What kind of capex is it going to take to stay competitive for the next 24 months?
So we sort of have a capex plan around $100 million, and that will take us from our facility in Washington. Our first one's fully funded. The Bitcoin miners are fully funded. We're looking at Eastern Canada for a facility and the miners to go along with it. Somewhere else probably in Central Canada and somewhere else in probably Northern Europe, again, for the hydroelectric power.
Okay. Fred, that's a great introduction to the company. We're going to leave it there for now. We'll come back to you in a couple of quarters' time and see how much Bitcoin you're cranking out. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.